Hey, welcome. Glad to see you all here today. So let's get started. So today we're talking about Mac OS 13 Ventura on Go for Lunch for April 18th, 2023, brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm your host, Roger Harmon, and if you're new here, please type new in the comments so we can welcome you to our community. We're here today to make your technology work for you, as always. So this is National Lineman Appreciation Day. So a salute to those men and women who climb those poles and towers and maintain all those utilities that bring modern day conveniences into our homes. So the first thing you need to know about Mac OS 13 Ventura is whether your Mac will accept this upgrade. So basically, if you have a Mac that was built in 2017 or 2018, you are good to go. So there's a list, and if your machine is under one of these makes and years, you are golden. So what should you think about before updating? Well, one thing we've run into is that some printers don't work on Ventura. So make sure that you check with your printer manufacturer by going to their website, putting in your printer model, and seeing if that printer has a driver or software for Ventura. Now, I have a Brother printer, and when I updated to Ventura, it worked just fine, didn't have to do anything. Also, if you haven't cleaned out your hard drive lately and you're running out of space, make sure you have enough available space to run the update. And of course, you're going to need to know your Apple ID and your password to complete the install procedure. And of course, before you update anything, you always want to do a current backup. And we suggest using the 3-2-1 backup strategy, which is 3 backups, 2 different kinds of media, and 1 off-site. So the 2 different kinds of media doesn't really work anymore, but we count the off-site as a different kind of media. So that's how we explain 3-2-1 in these modern times. So one of the biggest new features of Ventura is Stage Manager. So Stage Manager is a window management feature, and basically what it does is it shows you a thumbnail of what applications you have open and running, and a live view of its window. Now, what live view of its window means is you see the actual image that's on that window. Unlike in the dock where you just see an icon. So one of the bigger advantages of Stage Manager is that you can gather several apps into one group and bring that all in at the same time. And then wherever you position those windows, next time you bring it in, it'll maintain that window placement. So the way that you turn on Stage Manager is you go into the control center, which is up in the menu bar in the upper right hand corner, and we'll do that in just a second. So you might think, well, why do I need Stage Manager? I've got the dock, I've got the command tab that lets me cycle through my open apps, I've got Spaces and Launchpad. Why do I need another Windows management system? And that's a fair question. So my suggestion is go ahead and turn on Stage Manager, use it for a week or two, and see if that is a workflow that is right for you. So let's go into our Finder. And while we're doing that, I see that Judy and Bob have joined us. And so let's go into, now I don't think you can see my cursor here, but anyway, I'm going into the, let's see, Make sure we're in the right place here. No, we're not. Here we go. Okay. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, I know that's kind of small, between the little magnifying glass for Spotlight and the little multicolored circle for Siri is your control panel. So it's the two little switch icons. The top one's turned off, the bottom one's turned on. So we click on that and we will notice here in the center section on the right hand side, Stage Manager. So we turn that on and we watch, and look what happened. All these thumbnails appeared on the left hand side of the screen. So now when we go over there, and you can see here that they all have their icon shown, the same icon you see in the dock. And in some cases, there's two icons. Like in this case, we have the calendar icon and Good Morning Carolyn, and we have the reminders icon. So if we click on that, they both come up. And I had pre-positioned these windows in this manner. If I, make a change here and go to something else, then, so here's just the calendar by itself. And I go back to the calendar reminders, that change is maintained. So I can make these overlap. I can do them any way that I want, and they'll always come back this way. So here I can go to Mail, and if I wanted to add Safari, I just click on Safari in the dock, and then I can actually okay, this worked in rehearsal. So let's see here. I know there's a way to do this. So let's try it this way. There we go. So I just dragged Safari onto the desktop where Mail was. So then I can reposition this any way I want. Make it a little bigger. And now if I go back to my calendar reminders, you can see now there's the Mail icon and the Safari icon here in Stage Manager on the left. So that's the way it works. Here's a calculator. I can bring that right up if I want. And then I can go back to my keynote presentation. And that is how Stage Manager works. So I'm going to turn it off because, as you can see here, it does weird things in my eCam software. So I'm going to go up to the upper right hand corner, click on Control Center, turn it off, and now things are back to the way I expect to see them. So Hide My Email actually came out in Monterey, but I thought we should talk about it in a little more detail. So what it does is it generates a unique and random email address for those sites that you're not too sure about whether they might be sharing your information with other sites. So you can control it because you create this unique email address only for that site. And then when they reply or send you something, it comes into your personal email account. So you can tell where these things are coming from. And if you get it from a different site, you know that the first site sold their information. So it's a security thing and privacy feature. Now you only can use this if you have an iCloud Plus or Apple One bundle subscription. So you probably have iCloud Plus. If you're paying that 99 cents plus tax to Apple each month for the 200 gigabyte extra storage, then you have an iCloud Plus account and you are good to go. So you can use it in Safari and in Mail. So let's see how that works. So we're going to go back to the Finder. Good Morning Carolyn. And we are going to go into Safari. So here we are in Safari. And we're going to go into, actually we're going to close this page because we don't want it. And we're going to go into another page which disappeared. So we're going to hit Command N for new. And we're going to go to Food City. And we're going to register because I've never registered on the Food City website before. So you notice here it says email address. And when I click in the email address field, then automatically Hide My Email pops up. And down below here it says create a unique random address that forwards to your inbox. So when I click on this, I get a box. So it created this random address, which is lesser-04 begonia at iCloud.com, and that already knows it's from Food City. And then I could make a note in here. So we just call it unique to Food City. And then I would click on use right here in the lower right hand corner. And there it is. It's done. So in mail, let's go to mail. So we're going to go back to the Finder and click on mail. So we're going to create a new mail message by hitting the little square here with the pencil in the upper right hand corner. And I will send this to nobody. So the way you do it in mail is you go down to the From field, you click on the double arrows which pop up when you mouse over that field, and at the very bottom you get Hide My Email. So you click on that and you're done. So whoever you send this to will see the new random address. Let's just send this to let's see, I'll just send it to one of my email addresses here, and we'll call this Hide My Email, and we're going to send it here with a little paper airplane, and there it goes. So that's how Hide My Email works. So, useful feature, something that I would encourage you to use when anytime you have any kind of gut feeling that I don't know about this website, they might share my information and I don't want them to. So, continuity camera is an amazing new feature. It allows you to use your iPhone as a webcam. As you know, your iPhone camera is an amazing device. And why not use it for a webcam, because you already own it. So you'd need to own a iPhone 11 or newer, and you have to be running iOS 16 and Ventura for continuity camera to work. Now the easiest way is to buy a mount for the top of your monitor that your iPhone will set in. You could use a tripod, however that might be a little awkward to find space on your desk for a tripod and be able to get it close enough to your face so it's set up correctly as a webcam. But these mounts are, I think they start around $10 or $20, and that's the way to go. And of course, you need to do a little setup to make continuity camera work. And so they have this feature called Desk View. So Desk View gives you a view of the desk in front of your monitor. And of course that's another reason why you want to get one of those little holders to put on top of your monitor, because a tripod would be further back and probably pick up the top edge of your monitor in desk view. And excuse me. So it gives you two cameras in one. So you get the normal webcam view and you get the desk view all in one. So that's really a nice feature to give you a new camera without buying one. So the way you set it up is you make sure that your Mac and your iPhone are on the same Wi-Fi connection, and also they both have Bluetooth turned on, and both devices are signed into the same Apple ID. So once you get all that done, you want to make sure you're in Do Not Disturb while you're on the air on your webcam, so a call doesn't come in and mess things up. So then you would go to your iPhone settings and go to General, AirPlay, and Handoff, and then make sure Continuity Camera is switched on. Then on your Mac's system settings, you would go to General, AirDrop, and Handoff, and make sure that Allow Handoff between this Mac and your iCloud devices is turned on. Live captions is another feature that is very nice in Ventura. So it gives you real-time captioning of audio. And one nice feature is that this is done locally on your Mac. It's not sent up to the cloud. So it's very secure. And it allows you to easily follow audio in any app. So you could use this for FaceTime, for listening to podcasts, or watching videos. You would get captions. So the way you turn this on is go to System Settings, Accessibility, and then turn on Live Captions. Now, they note here in the portion of the settings where you turn it on that it is in beta. So it has been in and out of the beta releases, and so it's still in beta, which means Apple is not quite finished getting all the bugs out of it, so be aware of that if it doesn't work right, it's still in beta. So stay tuned to when that is released as a general release. So, questions. So while you're formulating those questions, if you haven't already, a little reminder to please share the GoFor Gazette with people you know that are Apple enthusiasts. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe by clicking on the little button and the bell on the bottom, so you will be notified when we go live. And tonight is the third Tuesday of the month, which means the Tucson Macintosh Users Group is meeting on Zoom, and the link for that is in the GoFor Gazette, which you received Monday morning about 7:01. And I'm actually doing a presentation during the meeting on how to look and sound better on Zoom. So hopefully that will be beneficial, along with a couple of other presentations that we have. So let's see what is happening here. And Susan, thank you for joining us. And Chris says we have fabulous power poles in Arizona. Yeah, except when they get in the way of a beautiful sunset or sunrise. And good afternoon, Carolyn. So, yep, gotta have your brain in gear here so you can absorb all this information. So, if you have any questions, please type them in. I know we went through a lot of this fast. I didn't demonstrate continuity camera because I don't have a little holder for my camera, and I tried to put a tripod on my desk, and it was going to fall over because I didn't have enough room behind my monitor. So it does work, and it works well. So, but I think you need that little adapter to set it on the top of your screen. to make it work if you're using the desk view. So Susan, thank you. And you don't have any questions? Well, good. Thanks for letting me know. So I think we will wrap it up. If you have any topics that you would like me to go over for future Go for Lunch sessions, please let me know. And my contact information, both my email and my phone number, will be coming up here shortly. And Chris says, the live caption part looks good. Will it handle a second language? You know, that's a good question, and I'm sorry I don't know the answer to that. So we could look at that. So let's go to our Finder. Let's see, do we have, I don't think I've got, oh yeah, I do have settings. Okay, let's turn on settings and go to settings. There you are. So we go to accessibility and we go to live captions. You can see here this is a little beta. And we can change the font family, the size, the font color, the background color. We can turn it on in FaceTime. This is where you turn it on here in the top right hand corner, but I don't see an option there for a different language. So maybe that's something that's coming, but it's not here yet. So might be a feedback for Apple, Chris. Okay, great question. And so everybody take care. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you here high noon next Tuesday for another Go for Lunch. Take care.